I'm here around Ayala Mall today. As you can see, I'm touring you around the shops in here, so you can at least see what is in here in Ayala Mall, Cebu. My purpose for this video to show you around is to let you know that you can ask or request for the different pricing of goods, houses, or condos. That's how we're gonna have to improve my channel to include other stuff for pricing. And not only that, the most important thing I have to tell you, that you can ask all your legal questions, because as you know, I have access to prosecutors, judges, lawyers that are specialized on their field, not just lawyers that's general practice. Because in order to survive here on this field, you need to be specialized. And also, you cannot ask a tax lawyer about annulment, because of course, like it's so obvious that he's only familiar with tax laws, tax remedies. So you can see there are watches or anything that you want to know the price on, and any legal questions. As much as possible, I will try to ask a specialist, an engineer, for any technical questions. And like I have already catered to some of the questions sent to me, like asking an expert multi-cab mechanics about someone's multi-cab questions, and the generalized idea of what's annulment in the Philippines is like and what much it costs. And so, as you can see here in Cebu City, you can have access to almost everything. If not, some of those items that are, or shops that's in Manila, are slowly coming over here. And I also got some friends that I could research your questions if it's not up, if the answer cannot be found around here, Cebu City, like pricing of some items or stuff that's not here in Cebu City. But most especially, like my viewers, which has now, some of them has become my friends, they can ask me some of their legal queries, and I will try as much as possible to point them in the proper person who's specialized on that field. Because the purpose of this channel, it's not for us to earn a living, but this is a hobby, and at the same time helping people to learn more about the Philippines, because of so many misinformation out there, and unfortunately it is spread about by expats who just come here to live under, most of them are on their twilight years, as we call it, and start advising you how the Philippines work. I have often gone to Japan more times than most foreigners spent here in the Philippines, but I don't start telling you what the laws of Japan is out of respect. And in here, if you want to know about the Philippines, about the Filipino laws, about the Filipino procedure, would it make sense that you have to ask a Filipino? Like if you are asking a legal question, you cannot be asking a hog farmer. And then there's a very famous expat happening right now, that this famous expat, I say famous because he's been there for so long, has been advising foreigners that they can buy land in the Philippines, which is contrary to the truth. And someone take on this advert induced by his statements, bought a land from his in-laws. Now you can see what happened now. The land was not even transferred to the Filipina wife of the buyer, and they are now going through the legal means. And you can see that this is a case of estafa. And so that's why I have to tell you that you have to be careful in what is the source of your information. The information that's given to you when it's about legal ways, legal means, legal procedure should be backed up by the substantive law, the jurisprudence, the implementing rules and regulations. And if they cannot deliver you, what law are they talking about? What implementing rules and regulation? How is the law applied? What's the jurisprudence? Then I could tell you that it's not a reliable information. Just like recently, another expat again professed that under the Senate bill is a new law. He done his homework and he has informed all foreigners can now avail of the Senior Citizens ID under the Senate Bill Act. Some of the learned foreigners told him it's no way. He said, have he done his homework? Have he done his homework? That the Senate bill is not a law. It's only a bill passed to the Senate but was not approved. And so these are the things that you have to be careful of. Like asking about relationship from someone who had been through multiple divorce. Because at the end of the day, it's your prerogative, it's your investment, it's your life. You are the one who should be doing your due diligence in making sure the information that you get will be beneficial from you, is legal, and it's facts. I am telling you this because a lot of emails sent to me, questions been asked to me about certain stuff that's been informed by other channels, especially some expats. I didn't say all expats because there are expats giving information that's well researched. Some are really doing their proper homework, done their research, give you the proper law where they get it, give you the jurisprudence of how the law has been applied. And so this is the topic of this question. Are you sure that the information given to you is reliable? Number one, ask for the law that what he is talking about. What is the law? What is the statute number? And if it is a statute number, what is there any implementation rules and regulations? The circular numbers of the certain department, like the BIR sometimes issued circular numbers. Different agencies of the government issue circular numbers. And like the SRRB, when I say about the circular number 13 and circular number 16, with some retired military now, the only qualification that you need to do is Your rendered military aid and training that benefits the Philippines under some sort of treaty or agreement. And the next qualification, that rendering of aid, training, or any position. It doesn't matter now if you're listed, what position you're in. That's the only qualification that it does, because it's under Circular 13 and Circular 16 of the PRA. So those are the sort of thing that you need. I gave to my viewers the actual law, the implementing rules and regulation as basis. And I will give them examples of stories that are landmark cases, so they can do their due diligence to check the reliability of what I'm saying. I did not just tell you, oh, it's against the law and I cannot back it up. Because at the end of the day, if you have no basis for your claim, no evidence, no basis in law, your case is not gonna push through. And it's the same thing with real life. If there's no basis, there's no jurisprudence, circular, implementing rules and regulations been mentioned about that information, or if indeed there is like a Senate bill and professing and really asserting that it's a law, you should not be fooled. Do your own due diligence and don't just rely on one source. I didn't say you rely on me, but I will have to stand on my ground that all I'm doing is for your best. I'm not doing this for the views. Because like some certain foreigners telling you that you can live for 15,000 pesos a month here in the Philippines, when he himself telling you that rubbish is earning $200 while you were listening to him telling you that untrue facts. He is not even living on that amount himself. And yet he's happy to tell you you can live here for 15,000 pesos a month as a foreigner. That's the sort of misinformation that is given around. That I also received those questions in my, is this true? Is this what they say? Is this, how can you prove this? I mean, please, we don't go to America. Some of our Filipinas has been to America or other countries and they start telling us in the blogs, this is how the laws of Germany work. This is how the law of America work. They don't, because it's a big respect to the countries and to the people, the citizens of that country. And like I said, the purpose of this blog is to let you know that you can ask your requests, you can ask your questions, your legal inquiries, and I'll try my best to give you the answers from a specialized in their field professionals, lawyers, or even a judge. We got access to that, access to engineers, and at the end of the day, my channel is only trying to help foreigners and my countrymen for information that they want from their own country, and for the foreigners if they want to know about the Philippines. Because at the end of the day, I am a Filipino myself and I am part of this country. I am part, if it's giving it a bad name, bad information, which I don't want to happen, that it's coming from my channel. So that's all I could say. I'm letting you touring around the shops here in Ayala Center, so you know there are access to different things that you want prices to, like branded items. And if they don't let me film their products, I will tell you in the video that like those branded watches that I approach once and they don't want to be filmed.